is up, you all? We're back with another Terrifier 4 video. Before we get into it, definitely smash the like button because it definitely helps, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So over on Blade Disgusting, we find out that Damian Leone actually brings up Terrifier 4 and how he is afraid to dive in the origin story and peel the curtain back a little bit too much with the character Art the Clown in the new upcoming installment Terrifier 4. So let's talk about what he said. So to get into it, Leone speaks more on that in his chat with Collider. He explains to the outlet that he's afraid to peel back the curtain too far, but that we can indeed expect some answers in Terrifier 4. He continues saying, "I love the mystique," Leone explains. "That's the most important part. Even if people don't realize it because they're just so hungry to know what his deal is. I think a lot of people don't realize the reason he works so well is because of the mystique. If you pull the curtain back too far and you lose that mystique, it's over. You're not supposed to see the wizard behind the curtain. It's almost always a disappointment." The filmmaker continues, "However, I think there's a way with his origins to have my cake and eat it too. But we'll find out. I am taking a bit of a risk, but I'm very well aware about losing that mystique at the same time. So we'll see if it plays out. I think the majority of people are going to be very cool with it." So it seems to be that Damian is a little nervous about pulling the curtain back on Art the Clown, which I want to touch on this. I feel like what he's saying is true. You know, if you peel the curtain back a little bit too far, it ruins the mythology and the mystique of the character and things like that. And I think with the character of Art the Clown, he's not like Michael Myers. Like, he's not like Michael Myers or like a Jason Voorhees or, you know, like a Freddy Krueger, kind of a little bit. I'll give him a Freddy Krueger because Freddy Krueger had this origin story about everything that happened, you know, with him and him with the kids and stuff like that. And it kind of explained him, and it worked. And with Michael, to be honest, we kind of seen Michael's story in the beginning when, well, how it kicks up. It's not nothing explained, but how he took out Judith Myers, him going to Smith's Grove. Believe it or not, that's his story. It's showing that they're admitting him to, you know, a mental hospital where he has to check in like a human. You know what I'm saying? So it's little things that it happened here and there. But with Art the Clown, I'm gonna say this, Damian, it's better off if you just kind of move forward with it, you know, cautiously, because we kind of already, at least I feel like I know what's going on with Art. Like, I think that obviously he's driven by a demon. It's not just him out here slashed anymore. And the first one, he was just a simple serial killer, but once he took himself out, he ended up becoming supernatural and returning back to Miles County as this supernatural being. And that's why we see him in Terrifier 2, like, you know, operating like he's not human. He's getting whacked all in the head and got the head cut, and he comes back in Terrifier 3. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that when you sit here and think about it, Damian already kind of showed us what Terrifier, you know, the whole franchise is going for. Like, we even see with Lauren Rivera as Sienna, you know, we see her backstory a little bit of her character, the warrior costume with her dad, played by Jason Patrick. So it's something definitely with the drawings. I think the connection is something with the father knowing that, you know, this demon is out there, almost like he manifested it, kind of. But then moving forward, I feel like, yeah, Art the Clown is just simply driven by a demon, because we find out through Jonathan that Art the Clown actually needs a host, similar to the Pale Girl and Victoria. We've seen these two actually on Art the Clown's hip, and they are the ones who carry the power, which I saw somebody actually say this before, that they don't want Art the Clown to be driven. They don't want it to seem like he's driven by something, but it's different. It's new. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doesn't have to be Michael Myers. Everybody doesn't have to be Jason Voorhees. I think Art the Clown, the reason I gravitate to him is because he's something fresh. Like, it's stuff that we've never seen in a horror movie. He has a little girl walking around with him holding a possum, and she's smiling, and then Art the Clown, he's like playful, and we're seeing all these different silhouettes of like creatures and Terrifier, like the demon. And so I'm pretty sure it's going to be something with a demon. I definitely think he's having a connection with the Pale Girl. I think it's something where he was the one, you know, that was highly involved with her being a part of this demon that they actually are involved with, obviously. I think that when you sit back and look at it, when they showed us in that newspaper how she got took out and they said that her parents were a part of the carnival or the circus or whatever, part of me believes that Art the Clown is the dad, you know, especially after us seeing the cat lady with the baby and Art the Clown's like feeling sorry for the baby doll as if he's reminiscing about his daughter. And yeah, I just think they're a part of each other, and I think that they're definitely connected, because when you look at Victoria wearing black and white, Art the Clown wears black and white. Then you look at the pale girl, she wears black and white. So obviously they're sharing the same demon, because when you look into Victoria's eyes, and when you saw her grabbing Sienna by the neck, remember in Terrifier 3, and Sienna's like low-key getting possessed, the same eyes that Victoria had, it transferred over to Sienna, kind of showing that this demon is one demon, but it can bounce off into different vessels. It can go into different vessels. So I think it's just that simple. He's just driven by a demon, and the same demon that's in Art the Clown is the same demon that's in Victoria, and it's the same demon that's in the pale girl. But the thing is, I think that, you know, once that host gets took out, it makes Art the Clown powerless, and that's why Terrifier 3, instead of him trying to go after Sienna, he ran out the window and caught the bus, because he was no longer that Terrifier 2 and 3 Art the Clown where he's supernatural. But like I told y'all in previous videos, when he gets on that bus and he wakes up and he smiles and he honks the horn, I think at that very moment, that's when he gets his new host. I don't know who it is. I don't know if it'll be Jonathan, because I'm still kind of betting on Blaster Man, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's the pale boy. I definitely don't think it's Gabby. I don't know who it could be. Maybe, like I told y'all in my last Terrifier 4 video, maybe the pale girl returns, because she didn't get took out in the second one. So we already heard that Damian said that we're going to learn more about her in Terrifier 4. So I mean, at this point, Damian, it's like the envelope is on the desk, if that makes sense. It's all sticking out now, like just her backstory with the carnival and, you know, her parents, and how she ends up being, you know, a new version of herself, being like a demon. And same with Victoria. Think about it. When Art the Clown took himself out, I mean, he already had black and white on, but that was the circus. That was like I guess the circus get up, if he worked the same circus that the pale girl, you know, got took out at. Think about it. If he gets took out in the black and white, maybe that's just the color that sticks with him, and that's why when the pale girl gets took out, that's why she wears black and white, because they're sharing like the same demon, for real. But I have heard Damian talk in interviews. He just said he wanted a simple look with the characters. I don't know if it's that deep. He just saying like he just wanted that comic book style, black and white, nothing too crazy, because Pennywise had vibrant colors. So maybe we're thinking too deep on it, but I definitely think it's a connection with that, because when you look at Sienna's father, when he shows the papers, they're in, the drawings, they're in black and white. Jonathan, when he shows the papers, they're in black and white. It's not a piece of color on it. So it's definitely some type of connection with that. But mainly, I think it's the key points of Art the Clown is Sienna's father with the drawings, dang near him manifesting and him crashing to a transformer. I think it goes back to the newspaper with the pale girl and the parents being, you know, showgoers at this carnival, and she gets took out and we find her butchered in a trailer. And I think it goes back to Terrifier 1 when he took himself out and he came back supernatural. I think it's deeper than what we think. And I think, if, you know, to touch on what Damian has been saying lately, like Art the Clown's origins explained in the first 15 minutes. I think the way of him doing it, it has to be a way where it's explained. Like you could show us what's going on, but I wouldn't really like show the drives, like this is why Art does this. I would just show it without showing the motives behind it. Like you could, like, it's almost like how Halloween was. They didn't say nothing. Like Michael went upstairs, took out Judith. Michael, you see the mask, and he's just looking into the space, and then through this franchise, we just hear Loomis, the devil's eyes, the blackest eyes. You know, he's the devil and all this, right? But we just hear some lunatic man just saying it through the movie, and we assume like he's the devil, the boogeyman. So it's just one of them things where you just gotta know how to have that balance. And I really got faith in Damian, because he's already been doing it low key. Because if you think about it, bro, he showed us some backstory in the second one. Once he showed us the drawings and stuff, that's already showing us, like, unless you're not paying attention. And then 3 really showed us for real, like that ending when she stabbed him with the sword. Like that sword is a big piece, bro. So I think it's gonna be diving into like the fantasy side of things with Terrifier 4. I mean, it's been showing us the whole time. It's definitely a heaven and hell story going on with the warrior costume of Sienna, and then you got Art the Clown on the demonic side. So yeah, man, I'm pretty sure we're going to be going to hell for the 4th one, because we seen Gabby drop down there. So it's showing us. We saw the demon hold the married statue or whatever was holding the chains with the demon or whatever. Yeah, he's getting driven by demonic entities, bro. The demonic energy is making Art the Clown more powerful, and it shows. Soon as that head came off Victoria and that liquid started melting through the floor, he left. That was all I needed to see. It showed that he needs that demonic energy. He needs that host to provide him these powers. So it's simple. His backstory, he was dang near like possessed, but it doesn't make it, like, oh, the storyline is garbage or nothing like that. I just think it just shows that Art the Clown's different. He's driven by a different type of force. It ain't just how Michael's is or how Jason's is. His force is actually creepy. He's driven by like demons, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's obviously something where it can rub off on somebody, because once again, Victoria was choking Sienna, and she was almost about to become the new Victoria. So it's something definitely where it can bounce around. It's a demonic energy that's providing this whole silhouette of this guy, Art the Clown. We even see, real quick, we even see in the first Terrifier, I want to say it was in an opening, he's putting the paint on his face. He was a person. He's a regular person. I think that was a sacrifice almost he made when he took himself out at the end of Terrifier 1. It was like a sacrifice, like a ritualistic type of thing. And I always told people that I think that Terrifier is deeper than what we think. I think that Damian, he didn't know his story was going to be like this big until he started writing it out. So yeah, overall, yeah, I think that's pretty much like the things that we're going to learn about in Terrifier 4. He has to, because it's out there now, especially the drawings, and especially just how everything happened from 1 to 3, how he became more powerful, these demonic hosts, where did the demons originate from, that type of thing, and just a little bit about Miles County and what happened in the past. I think that's what we're going to learn. But yeah, man, I don't think, I think, yeah, that is true. Don't peel a curtain back too far where you're sitting down playing investigator with a bulletin board and pictures and tying to things. Now I think just simple stuff that you show, people should get the picture. That simple. But what do y'all think, man? Let me know down in the comments how y'all feel about Terrifier 4 with everything what Damian said. What do y'all think about Art's origin story? How do y'all feel about it? How do y'all think it's gonna play out? And do y'all think that what Damian said is something that's true? Like if you pull that curtain back too far and you reveal the wizard, it messes up the movie. That's actually very interesting. Let me know in the comments. Unfortunately, it's the end of the video. I want y'all to hit me up on all my social medias at ILIKESCARY, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.